and welcome back to my channel. This is Mahalia, aka Seeking the Abundant Life. So I just made a post talking about some of the different ways that I choose abundance through veganism. So I'm actually getting ready to show you how to make that vegan fried tofu that I showed on my Instagram. So let's get started. So I start with an extra firm tofu. It really doesn't matter which brand, as long as it's extra firm. And the size is 16 ounces, which is a pound. And then I have a mixture here in my airtight glass dish. I'm trying to see right now how much it holds, and honestly, I don't know. I'm sorry. But you need to have a dish that's big enough to fit your cube of tofu. In this dish, I have mixed just some coconut milk, water, and a variety of spices. You can use whatever spices work for you. It's the same idea as marinating your chicken before you fry it. So I'm using coconut milk instead of buttermilk, water so that there's enough of it to cover my tofu and so that it will actually soak into my tofu. And like I said, I use a variety of spices. So the spices that I like to use are typically like curry, chili powder, paprika, smoked paprika, garlic, onion, dill, celery seeds, whatever I have in the cabinet. You can use whatever you like. And then we're going to take our tofu, and this is how I drain it. I just make a little slit right here across the bottom so I can pour out the water easily without all my tofu coming out. See? Nice and easy. Now, I'm just going to peel back this plastic part so I can access my tofu. I need to cut it again. It's a little tricky. There. Here we go. Just rip the plastic off however you can. Got it. Well, at least I know it was very protected. And now I'm just going to make slits across the tofu so that I can put the pieces into my marinade. So, I don't know, what is this, like a 1/2 inch thick slices across? And do that to the entire block. Make sure that as you're cutting, you go all the way down to the plastic part. Don't cut through it, just cut across it. That way, it's easier to remove, and you don't have like those weird pieces. Just take your tofu, squares, rectangles, and sit it into your batter. So they should all pretty much be covered in your mixture. Pour off any excess liquid and put the cap back on. I love these snaps. Snapware. I'll link this Tupperware below. Rinse it off so you don't have all the ick on the side, and we're good to go. My mom's helping me out with the fried tofu. It's the same way that we made it last week, but she accidentally made a few of them without the batter. So right here, my mom just used the fried mixture, but what we're going to do for the rest of them is actually use a combination of flax egg, which is 1 tablespoon of flax, 3 tablespoons of water that's been sitting for at least 5 minutes. The longer the better in my opinion. And 1/2 cup of water, or 1/2 cup of milk, soy, almond, vegan milk. And we're going to use the fry mixture from Zatarain's. It's the New Orleans style hot and spicy, and of course this tofu that we started. So we have the cast iron skillet with olive oil. That's just residue from the ones I showed you earlier. And you'll see my mom's hands, but nothing else. Don't worry, Mom. Okay. So remember, we're going to do the tofu in the fry mixture, and then in the egg mixture, and then back in the fry mixture, and then in the pan.
So this?
Tofu, in the fry mixture, right? Egg, fry, pan.
Just like if you were doing.
Just like if you're doing the chicken, right? Okay. Shake, shake, shake. And the understanding as we do this is that some of these are going to fall apart, and that's a-okay. It's good even. So shake it off. Shake it well, because you're going to dip it again, and you don't want to lose it in the fry mixture. You can even use your fingers. My mom's kind of squeamish.
I wouldn't call it squeamish. Just...
She doesn't like to get dirty in the kitchen.
I don't like to get dirty, period.
That. And now, here, my hands are clean. I'm just gonna grab it.
I was trying to get the sides. Oops, so wait a minute.
There we go.
I think it got a little hot.
Oh. Okay, so with olive oil, you can't let it get too hot, otherwise the oil just burns off.
So I'm gonna turn this off.
So she's turning it off, but it should maybe still be okay for us to put the nugget in. Okay. I actually was expecting them to come apart more. It's fine that they didn't, but
they're thicker.
I probably should have made them thinner.
Okay.
All right. There we go. That's one. I'm nowhere near as neat. Let me just show you one with the way that I would do it.
Well, what I'm doing now is you want to preserve it. You want to try to save it. So that's why I'm trying to put it back in there.
Flip. Dip. Flip. Flip. And man.
Gently to the side.
Drop. Alright. That's what they look like. Using tongs. Okay.
Do you have your...
I'm going to go grab that saucer. So the first couple ones are... this guy. Do what you need to do. You can just rest it in there while you...
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to take out the first two that have already been flipped. Alright. And there we go. Those are our first two. Don't they look gorgeous? Look at that crisp. Yummy! Alright, so we decided to make a couple of changes. For one, I did break up the tofu so that we would... Oh, for one, we switched. So this is my hands now. My mom's holding the phone. Thank you, Mom.
You're welcome.
And I just like to go for more nugget kind of feel because, well, cubes aren't really something that happens in nature, and it just feels weird to eat cubes. So nuggets have a better mouthfeel. So I am now taking these out. And we also noticed that, well, with the double dipping, our fry mix is running low. And the only other one that we have at the house is the buttermilk one. And, well, you know, vegan here, tofu. So we're going to add some flour and some other spices and try to get that same flavor profile. Let's see if we can do what it do. Or maybe even something better. We are doing some science here. It's not an exact science, more like an art, culinary arts, but you get the picture. Just adding some all-purpose flour. We'll start with that. So that's about a 1/4 cup. And we're gonna mix it in with this flour. Now it's still, got some orange color to it, which is good. And we are going to check the label so we can see if we can figure out what spices they used. But to be quite honest, I'm not very hopeful. Most of the time, people like to say other natural flavors so that they can keep their proprietary spices on the DL. But first, let's get these last nuggets out of the frying pan. And I really am excited to try these. But since it was pretty spicy the first time, I'm going to guess that adding this flour will take away from the spice, but it shouldn't take away from too much. Oh, okay. So this is actually good. So can you see this? So it actually shows us they use cornmeal, spices, so you know it. But they did say salt. They used red pepper, which I'm taking to mean cayenne based on how spicy those were, and garlic. Okay. Hey, you know what? This is mine now. I am the captain now. Irish. Let's see if you can get where that one's from. Anyways, now we've got some tandoori, masala tandoori red from DeKalb Farmers Market because I love them so much. And we're just freestyling it. I'm no longer in copycat mode. I'm now in create mode. Chili powder. Again, DeKalb Farmers Market. Good prices. If you're in Atlanta or the general area, go there, please. It's great. And some curry powder. And I think that should round us off. Curry powder. Also, you know where it's from. Okay. So, sorry, do you need a sneeze?
No, it went away.
Okay, as long as it didn't go in the food, we're good. So, all right, mix it up. So that's got, of course, a really different color than theirs. Oh, we did not add the cornmeal. We're gonna add the cornmeal and then give it a taste. So we're gonna just double check this to try and guess. So it says that wheat flour is first, oops, and then cornmeal is right after. So we know that they used a little bit more wheat flour than cornmeal because when they list ingredients, the ingredients that they use the most of go first. And I mean, there could be a question of, oh, did they maybe use more corn flour, or maybe they were the same? But because the W comes after the C in corn, we can take it to mean that they did use more. So I'm not gonna fill my little quarter cup up all the way, just about halfway. So that'd be like 1/8 of a cup. And see if that looks a little bit more like the real thing. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Are you seeing this? It's very slight difference. It's a little bit more orange in the original than we have before us here. So maybe a little bit less flour would have been the ticket. I'm not sure. I'm not like a professional, but I know my way around the kitchen. So we're just gonna proceed with caution and go for it. So like I was saying about testing it, I'm gonna just take my finger in some water so it's a little bit wet and I can actually taste the seasoning. Oh, that's good. Yep. We gotta be quick, running out of storage space. So it's a toss, dip, toss, pan. And we're gonna keep going until the camera goes out. Again. Top this. Yeah. All right, we're just going really fast. Oh, I also forgot to show you all. I just added some garlic because that was like one of the only spices that they told us about. So don't forget the garlic, y'all. These are ones with the fry mix, bright red. You see that? And now we're gonna go for the other ones. So, okay, they're not as red. Maybe I should have added some hot sauce. I don't know. But honestly, they were a little bit too hot for me, as good as they were. I may live in New Orleans, but I'm not really from there. So, these actually should be perfect for me. Yummy! Look at my nuggets, guys. And gals. Dudes. Oops, okay. Yay, I'm so excited about this. I really, really am. Especially if I just found a dupe for my Zatarains. Because we're about to save money, y'all. Okay, so these are the ones that I made with a kind of a hybrid custom. And there we go.